Hello, I spent 6 months planning a Rocket League competition and made a video about it. The idea was to take my favorite Hololive ships and see who would win in a 16-team double elimination tournament. Since I've already shown most of the games in a previous video, this video will be focusing on the championship from start to finish. For those that are unfamiliar, let's take a look at the almost completed bracket. As you can see, Pavonova had a strong showing but fell into 3rd place. So this means our matchup for the championship games will be Faumei versus Timesmith. Faumei has reached the championship by being an extremely balanced team. They have great chemistry and their offense and defense is supported by that chemistry. On the other hand, Timesmith relies on defense and capitalizing on the other team's mistakes. If backed into a corner though, Timesmith can score like nobody else. Well, I think it's going to be a very interesting matchup based on the way that these two teams play, especially if you're a Promise fan. So with everything out of the way, let's get started with the first game of this best of 5 championship battle. On your marks, get set, go! And so Fury is Fauna, Junker is Mume, Samara is Crony, and Foamer is Kayla. It's a good bounce for Faumei, but they can't quite get that goal to go in since it was such a strong kickoff. So Faumei, after the tournament, were able to go through the opening round with a victory and a win in the winners quarterfinals and a win in the winners semis, making their way all the way to the winners finals where they played Pavonova and ending up here in the championship games. It was very impressive to see them not be sent to the losers, as Timesmith commits an own goal from Fauna's shot. Looks like Crony tried to reset it and scored on her own goal. But Faumei have gotten here through beating Bayris, beating Pavonova, beating Fuamoko, and beating Bloodraven. Their teamwork has been great at times, and they have played very good defensively. As Fauna sneaks that goal in there. What a shot. She showed us the ability to make shots like this in the winners final. That was a very similar shot. Cool to see that continue for Fauna and her goalie striker offense to keep the momentum going as they take a 2-0 lead with a lot of time still left in the game. This ball is right into the net. And so Kayla gets that goal to go in, which makes it a 2-1 game. We have a lot of action so far as I'm trying to get both teams' summaries done. For Timesmith, who were the winners of the losers finals in our tournament of the Hololive World Cup, Timesmith played Grayscale in the opening round match, in which they were able to win. So they did go to the winners quarters, but they did end up playing the 3rd place team Pavonova in the winners quarters, which they lost in game 5. So Timesmith tie game from that Crony shot. Crony found the opening. Faumei was not able to get that ball out of there, and we're tied at 2. But Timesmith had a kind of interesting path getting to this championship round, as they did go through one tough loss against Pavonova, which could have disheartened them but perhaps it made them even deadlier, because with the loss to Pavlova in the winner's quarters, Timesmith became a rampaging, dominant force, knocking out Otto Pfister in 3 games in the loser's round, knocking out Fubumio in round 3, knocking out Fuamoko, who Faumei also played, and knocking out the 4th place team, Sweet Hoa, in round 5, in a sweep as well. So Timesmith have shown us that they have the ability to grind out games. They do whatever it takes to win. They have great chemistry with their offense. They have great chemistry and trust in each other's players, Crony and Kayla. That ball almost goes into the net, but it bounces off of the wall. And Mume gets that ball into the goal. What a contest. And it's just the perfect bounce. So Faumei takes a 3-2 lead with 107 seconds left. Timesmith win the kickoff. Game 1 is a valuable game to have for insurance to win the best of 5. You don't need to. Lots of teams have not won Game 5 and still won. But I'm sure the players want to have this one. As Faumei send it into their own net, kind of repaying Timesmith with the own goal. So we can pretend that the own goals never happened. Either it's 2-2 or 3-3, it's a tie game. As Fauna stops in front of the ball, assuming that Timesmith was going to strike it. We have 60 seconds. I wonder if we will go to overtime or if that's saved and it's scored. 4-3. That ball is saved and then scored. What a play by Crony. What a play by Faumei. They almost got that ball out. But Timesmith able to take the lead. Can they hold Faumei out of the goal for 40 seconds and take the Game 1 win? Good pass. Oh my goodness. It's a beautiful pass. Fauna passing it to Mume. It's 4-4. What a back and forth game this has been. And we're guaranteed to have one more goal to decide the winner. Crony gets the boost. Kayla pushes it towards the net. She bumps Fauna. It hits the wall. Can Mume get that on net? Ooh, Kayla gets it out of harm's way. That could have scored potentially if she had boost. And we're going to overtime in Game 1. Right in the middle of the screen. It bounces off of the glass. Fauna hits it left. It hits kind of the corner. Kayla's there, pushes it into the corner of Faumei's territory. Fauna with the stop. Mume playing a little aggressively, can't wrestle the ball. Fauna gets it though. Off of the wall, gets the boost. Timesmith are there in the goal waiting. Almost a minute in to overtime. The tension and suspense in the air. Who is going to take home the first game of this best of 5 with a trophy on the line and the annals of history being written as we speak? Oh, it hits Faumei, and it's pushed to the side by Faumei. Faumei's got the boost and the ball. It's going to go in front of the net. And Faumei pushes it in. Faumei take game 1, 5-4. What a start to the championship games. Wow, that was crazy. 500 points for Faumei. And so after that exciting overtime finish in game 1, Faumei lead 1-0. But there's a lot of soccer to be played. Game 2 and a game 3 will be played. So let's get in and meet our contestants. Slider is Faumei, Maverick is Faumei, Sentice is Crony, and Storm is Kayla. Faumei win the kickoff. I was going to say that overtime was the perfect start to the championship games and exactly the type of soccer games and Rocket League matches that we, or at least I, was hoping to see in these playoffs. And that was just a super tense and suspenseful and exciting game number 1. And I wanted to talk a little bit about Faumei and Timesmith in this matchup. I explained how they got here, but in game number 2, we can talk a little bit about how Faumei and Crony were all part of the Hololive Ian Generation Council and Promise. And I made the decision to have Crony on this side of the bracket with her teammate Kayla as an ID member and represent the ID teams, but it's not so much about that. I just think the idea of 3 gen mates fighting in the finals, competing in the finals, is definitely going to be a lot of fun for anybody watching. Anyone who is a really big fan of that Hololive English and Council fan would definitely have a bit of mixed feelings on this matchup and who they're cheering for. But I think it's going to make a lot of fun with how these games go. As we can see, Kayla pushing the ball close to the net. It centers, but it's blocked by Faumei. Good defense by Faumei. Now, maybe it was bad offensive possession by Timesmith. They weren't really able to get the pass off. But either way, it is still 0-0. As Faumei gets the ball, isn't able to get the boost, but does she need it? She does not. As Faumei comes in out of nowhere, pushing it back out. Does Crony have the angle? She doesn't. Faumei clears the ball, so no goal is scored. Faumei pinches it against the glass, but it's not a very strong pinch. What a save! What a save! She held that against the wall of the net. That was even more impressive than the game 1 save that did go in anyway. Can she turn it into a goal? She can't. Good defense by Faumei. Faumei do have the game 1 victory in their pocket. If they win this game, they'll be up 2-0, which Timesmith have experience coming back from, but it would be a massive edge regardless for Faumei if they can take away this game as well. Or can Timesmith get their offense back into scoring goals like they usually do? Here comes Crony, pushing the ball, pass to the middle, and that pass couldn't go into the net. There's Faumei in the middle of the field. She hesitates, and there's no shot on goal there. This is going back towards Faumei's goal. .30 seconds remain. It's a 0-0 game. Waiting for one of these players to find their opportunity. Crony, long shot, too easy, but it's saved. Wow, what a play. That ball could have gone in. I thought that sealed the game almost. And that, we have a game 2 overtime. We have 2 overtimes. Well, it is 0-0. Sudden death. The next goal will take game number 2. Can Faumei pull it off yet again? Or do Timesmith have the answer to even it up? Ooh, good pinch. It sends it into the corner of Timesmith's territory, but Crony rotates back as the goalie. It's right in front of the goal. Faumei's just not there. And it hits the goalpost. So Faumei just out of position, not ready. And then Faumei send it into the corner of their own goal. They've been playing with fire the entire time. Faumei playing with fire are able to stop that goal. But they haven't done anything. And then Fauna blows up Kayla after that goal attempt. 2 saves. 2 big saves by Faumei. I'm going to check. 2 saves for Faumei. Oh, that goal goes left. And we are scoreless still. And Timesmith take 7 minutes for the entire game. Timesmith take game number 2. So after game 2, we're tied at 1-1. Faumei was playing with fire too much in that game, and the only way Timesmith could beat them was if Faumei beat themselves. And so they did. We're tied at 1 apiece. The next person who wins will take a 2-1 advantage. C block is Fauma, Casper is Faumei, Merlin is Crony, and Cougar is Kayla. Let's see who RNGesus favors now that we are tied up from a very high-scoring game and a very low-scoring game. It'll be fascinating to see who takes the lead out of this match, honestly, and how the dynamic of this series will be forever changed. Ooh, good hit by Crony, but it's too strong. She didn't get the boost, but she got the ball. Ooh, a strong hit by Faumei. It centers. Can she score it? And what an answer. After being scoreless for nearly 7 minutes, Faumei is back on the board with Faumei's goal right there. Good defense by Faumei, making Crony think about that shot. And they've played good defense. Both teams were scoreless after game 2. It'll be interesting to see how they adjust their offense to get it past to these goalkeepers who are playing very well. Fauna off the wall, but Kayla's right there, who doesn't make a play for the ball. And that's going to go back to the center of the field after Fauna's hit. Crony can't get it on net. Faumei gets the boost to boost star Timesmith, a good strategy. Timesmith playing a little physical. Yeah, they're kind of playing patty cake with each other. And Fauna kicks it out towards the middle of the field, gets pushed from behind, and it blows up Kayla as Kayla knocks it away. The pass to Faumei, back to Fauna, and it's blocked. That was a good setup, a good stop by Timesmith, not allowing that goal to go in, which would have made it 2-0. Faumei got the boost again in the side. Pass to Fauna, but Fauna can't get it with that angle. Not a great position to score. But, you know, Faumei have plenty of time. Timesmith have time to get a shot if they so choose to, but Faumei is perfectly okay with draining as much clock as possible. They won Timesmith won 1-0. Faumei will take any victory that they can get. As I said, it does not, you know, the goal count does not matter. What matters is the victory. Both of these teams are able to grind out victories. But Crony puts it in. Rebound off of the glass. Nothing but net. Nobody at home to stop that goal. And now it's tied with such little time left. Off of the kickoff. Off of the ceiling. It's saved. It's scored. Fauna with a massive kickoff goal. It went straight for the net, and I mean straight for the net. I thought we were going to have our third overtime game. Unless the first game didn't go to overtime. And now Faumei can just let the ball sit in the middle of the field and drain away. Uh-oh. off the corner post. And it's a good defense by Fauna that gets that goal away. Fauna's overtime goal takes game number 3. And Faumei take the 2-1 lead with 1 game left until they hoist the trophy. And with that, it's time for game number 4. And here we are, everybody. Championship clinching opportunity for Faumei. Timesmith facing elimination. They've been here so many times before, except they've been so dominant in the losers bracket. But Timesmith are one thing. They are not losers, and they are clutch. So this game is going to be very exciting, and it might be the last game of our tournament. So let's see who RNGesus favors. Ready, set, go. Tusk is Fauna, Midi is Faumei, Gerwin is Crony, and Junker is Kayla. Timesmith win the kickoff, but it goes straight to Faumei as it bounces off the glass. Good stop by Crony. A strong defense kicks it all the way to Faumei's corner. Can they make a play with it? They choose not to, as Faumei pushes it back out. If she was set down the right way, she could make a sprint forward towards the net, and that ball's not on goal. I wonder if we'll see Timesmith try to beat them with defense, or like game number 1, will Timesmith try to beat them with a lot of goals in volume, and maybe that could force game 5, which would be sudden death. Kayla comes flying in and kicks it back to the middle of the field. As Faumei gets the boost, comes sending it past Kayla, who's stuck. But the pass is not strong enough. Hovering in dangerous territory for Timesmith, but Faumei can't find the angle. Fauna's late. There's the boost and there's the ball. There's nobody home. Faumei playing physical. It bounces perfectly in front of the net. And those are the types of things you can't script. The ball comes from the heavens right to Kayla. And Kayla makes it 1-0 in this elimination game. Timesmith, good start. Can they get it past Faumei though? And Crony scores. Crony making some pushes. Faumei lost in the goal. It's 2-0. There are 3 minutes left, but Timesmith are sitting pretty after that start. We'll see if Faumei have the fighting spirit to come back in this, or will they let go of the rope and Timesmith are going to have their way in this game 4. Easy deflection for Kayla. And now on the offensive, Kayla around the corner. Easily stopped by Fauna. Faumei not able to get any offense going at all. The physicality that Timesmith are bumping them with is throwing them off their game. Faumei gets this ball passed. She gets blown up. Is it too late? Faumei passes it to the goal, and Fauna pushes it in. So it goes to 2-1. Timesmith trying to hold on to game 4. Try not to be eliminated. Faumei fighting for the trophy that they're so close to. The stakes have literally never been higher in a game like this. Fauna pushing it to the middle of the field. Gets the boost. It bounces off the corner. Oh, it hit the post. Super minor things like that. It was just that close, a hair away. Faumei. Strong attack, but it's a little off-centered.
60 seconds left on the clock.
Now 60 seconds until we play a game 5, or we crown a champion. Which one will it be? As that goal flies past, not going in. Faumei, one last opportunity. It's just way too strong. Needed to be a little gentler than that. This is good for Timesmith, because they can just sit corner to corner offense. Everybody's corners getting passed around. One last opportunity for Faumei to get that on net, and she can't. That'll do it.
That game was wrong.
And it's 2-2. We will play a game 5. So after that climatic comeback from Timesmith, it is tied 2-2. And this game is for all the marbles for Timesmith. If Timesmith cannot win and Faumei takes this W, they will be the champions. If Timesmith complete the Game 5 victory, we will play another series. Because Faumei have not lost, this would be their first elimination for loss for elimination. And then they need to be doubly eliminated. So, I'm sure you all know how a double elimination bracket works. So, may the odds be in your favor. Let's meet our CPUs who will be playing this match. And ready, set, go. Timesmith with their last breath. Hollywood for Fauna. Midi is Faumei yet again. Gerwin is Crony yet again. And C block is Kayla. Will this be the game that decides our champion? Or will we have to play a championship rematch? Faumei tried to make a comeback attempt in Game 4, but it fell short due to their offense. Oh, good pass. That was perfect spacing. Those are the types of things you can't script.
pass from Hollywood to Midi, using the corner. And Faumei take the lead from that goal. But there is Kayla with a beautiful bounce. And Kayla said, "This ain't over yet. We just got started. It's tied 1-1. Perfect kickoff goal. Kayla was in complete control of that. Nobody could stop her. That was impressive, I won't lie. But now Faumei hitting it into Timesmith's corner. There's nobody to get that goal in, but oh, the opportunity! It went right to Faumei. And now Faumei kicks it back out to the middle of the field, where Crony has a shot. Oh, it hits Faumei's back, which stops it from being an easy goal. Ooh, good defense by Crony. Jukes Faumei a little bit. But Faumei might get juked, but then sends it to the goal because there's nobody home. Faumei makes it 2-1 in Game 5. Now Timesmith trying to set up an offensive opportunity, but Faumei are swarming them defensively. They're just they're ball chasing. Faumei are ball chasing every opportunity. They're staying stuck to the ball like glue, not allowing Timesmith to do anything with it. Kayla knocks it away from the goal, but here comes Faumei, who is just going to let it sit in the corner and take time off of the clock. But there's 2:30 to go in the game. And it's an easy goal for Crony. Sets herself right and shoots it into the goal. So back to a tie game as Faumei win the kickoff. But neither team hits the ball in the soccer game. Neither of them hit them. Neither of them hit the ball. But with 2 minutes left, the crowd is filled with silence and anticipation. The stakes have never been so high. The annals of history waiting to see what is about to come to fruition. Both of these teams' dreams all leading to this moment, as that goal does not get past Timesmith's defense. And Crony can't get that on net. She goes wide left on that shot. Ooh. But Timesmith get that pass. And Kayla pushes it in. And now it's 3-2. 73 seconds to go. Faumei do not have the luxury to play passively. They have to force the issue now.
60 seconds left on the clock.
And this ball goes close to the net. Timesmith playing physical, beautiful offense. They've decided to go up in their attack. Faumei cannot defend from the high ball. And so it's a 4-2 game. Nobody's home as Faumei rotate to the goal. But they need people on offense and defense. They can't be in both places at the same time. As Faumei hits Kayla. Too strong of an attack. And I think we are going to have to play another best of 5 to settle the issue. Take it all in. Timesmith have won another Game 5. They seem to do this every single time. But yet again, they have come out the winners. So, we will have to play another best of 5. And so, like a movie, here we are. Timesmith took the victory in the first best of 3, meaning that we still do not have a champion. Both teams have taken one loss during the tournament so far, and now we will finally decide the champion. With no team having any protection, both shields, all tiebreakers, it is time to figure out, in this best of 5, will Faumei or Timesmith become the true champions? Foamer is Fauna, Squall is Faumei, Bandit is Crony, Poncho is Kayla. This time, it was a very close, contested, back and forth best of 5, very fun watch. A couple of overtime games. And Fauna scores immediately. She gets it right over Kayla. Faumei kicks it out to the side, but Bandit gets it first. But Crony can't score. Squall has an opportunity but can't control it. It'll be interesting to see if Timesmith can keep their offense rolling into these games, as it was the offense in Game 5 that led them to taking that Game 5 victory. As Timesmith is usually a better defensive team, but it was Faumei who was holding them back. Or maybe it was Timesmith's defense that held Faumei back, while the offense did amazing things. Either way, what a treat it is to see these two teams compete on the highest stage. And we are even blessed with not just a best of 5 series, but 2 best of 5 series, of course. There will be no ifs and or buts. After these 5 games, or 3 or 4, we will definitively know who is the deserving champion of the Hololive World Cup. As Faumei try to push it down into Timesmith territory, but Crony kicks it away. The pace of the game has slowed down a little bit since that last goal, which was a kickoff goal. And that blocked by Crony. contest in the middle of the field. It comes back around. Ooh, good setup for Faumei, but Kayla with the save. And now there's nobody home in the net. Coast to coast, can Timesmith complete it? With a beautiful save and an easy goal on the other side. Timesmith tie it up in game 6/1 of this best of 5. That kickoff almost looked like it could have gone in. Faumei does not get the boost. She doesn't need it. Fauna comes flying in. She's too soon. Faumei's a little out of position. Because Timesmith can punish them like that. But the goal is no good. So maybe it pays to be a little risky. Easy deflection for Kayla. Faumei took forever developing that angle. And Crony comes flying in at high speeds. That ball goes in at 73 miles per hour. Crony scores to take the lead. A comfortable position for Timesmith to be in, no doubt. That momentum from game 5 pushing into this game, making Faumei, maybe the pressure of the moment is hitting Faumei, making them nervous, but oh my goodness, what a save, dude. Those are the small little things that are going to lead to have big consequences. And that, I can't believe that was a save. I cannot believe Timesmith stopped that from going in. Faumei doesn't hit that one on net. Really needed to be a little more patient and angle that. But Timesmith is going to take the game 6/1 win.
The game was won.
Well played to Timesmith on finding their moment. They take game number 1 and rolling on into game number 2. Let's see who our CPUs are. Scout, Outlaw, Sabretooth, and Boomer playing for Faumei and Timesmith. Ready, set, go into game 7. Almost another goal for Faumei, but Faumei couldn't get it to go. It was a good opportunity and a good chance, but they just can't find the shot. Good save by Faumei. What an incredible save. I mean, it used both of the corner and the top bar. Ooh, good stop by Crony, trying to control that ball. Crony gets it past. But can she score it? She can. Easily, actually. She's been watching the Fauna tapes. She's seen Fauna score that goal before. And Timesmith take the lead. as Kayla sits in the goal, waiting for Faumei to make their attack. No defense is needed. She'll just go straight on the offense. And Faumei rotates into the goal. But Faumei stopped that from happening, which I would say was kind of a important save. Kayla with the boost and the ball cannot get it to score. She blows up Faumei for possession of the ball. This ball goes right past Fauna. Fauna watches it go by, but can she make the save? Looks like Crony got in the way of the ball, stopped that from scoring, although the defense was there to make the save if it did get past. Easy deflection for Kayla. That past opportunity, just a little mistimed from Timesmith. It definitely could have looked like a good clean pass, but they weren't on the same page, and neither were Faumei on this scoring opportunity. And Faumei from the glass gets it to bounce off of Crony. Fauna sends it into the Timesmith's corner, but she doesn't have an angle. Ooh, it rolls right in front of the net. Oh, and it was saved by Kayla. Not a great save by Faumei, but it is effective. Fauna pushes it down into the corner. Who's going to get to it first? It's Faumei. 60 seconds.
60 seconds left on the clock.
So we have a winner of Game 7. Faumei hits it kind of weak. And it's saved by Kayla. Timesmith get that save at a very good time.
30 seconds left on the clock. Absolutely magnificent goal.
And a good, great offensive possession. It gets past Fauna, and the ball bounces right to Crony. And Crony scores it. It's 2-1 Timesmith. Fauna with the ball. She scores in the corner with the shot of her life. Sneaks it past. Wow, that was clutch. Faumei staring at a very bad hole. Ooh, Crony almost scores on her own net. But we're going to go to overtime. Yes. So the next goal will win the game, as overtime works. But the stakes of this match, did Timesmith leave too much time for Fauna? Or can Timesmith take a really, really big lead? That was an impressive move from Crony to go from right to left. Fauna did not get the boost. Gets the boost this time. It rolls in front of the net. Faumei. Fauna with the overtime goal. Faumei win game 7. And it's back to 1-1.
Going to need a tune-up after that.
Boy, I tell you, this championship series will not stop delivering on its promise. See what I did there? It's time for game 8/3 of this elimination championship round. The winner will take a 2-1 advantage. Let's meet our players, Rex, Shepard, Armstrong, and Dude, playing for Faumei and Timesmith. We are guaranteed to play a game 4. And Kayla scores right away, taking no time at all. Barely letting me get through my intro. But Timesmith have the lead. And as I was saying, this is a big round. In a best of 5, the winner of game 3 has a statistical advantage of winning the series. And that goal that Kayla made. Oh, ooh! Did she do it? She did! She tied it up! So forget about the opening goal. It doesn't even matter. 4 minutes, 27 to go. That's our game 8. Faumei can't get that ball, but it goes to Fauna perfectly. It bounces in front of the goal, and she's got no boost to get there in time. Tragic for Faumei, but a good defensive stand for Timesmith. And Faumei can't get that one to go, but they're holding onto the ball pretty well, as their ball chasing strategy is stopping Timesmith from playing offense. Ooh, good pass. Easily blocked by Kayla, though. Crony comes out of goal, but there's nobody to get the ball on this side of the field. There's nobody in goal. So Crony has the ball to herself. And Crony scores, walking it all the way to the net. It's 2-1, Timesmith. Timesmith now have the liberty of draining as much clock as possible, knowing that they have the lead. And the possibility of maybe an overtime game at the worst. But maybe Timesmith can go on the attack and make it 3-1. Why would you feel comfortable with a 2-1 lead? Ooh, Fauna gets that out of the net like the perfect goalie that she is. Easy save by Crony. The ball chasing strategy Timesmith is starting to adjust to. They might have to start doing something a little bit different, as Timesmith can once again ring it around the whole side of the field. As Faumei is starting to get boost starved by Timesmith. What an excellent location from that ball from Crony. Faumei sends it into the corner. It's not a particularly strong pass, but that's your opportunity to score, Rex. And so Faumei can't get that goal in. 100 seconds until Timesmith will succeed in their drain the clock strategy. We're just sending the ball all over the field, and Timesmith is perfectly okay with the with this current setup. Other than those early goals, not much has happened. Other than Crony getting that leading game-winning goal so far. Good time waster. But Faumei have to capitalize on those possessions, and they're not doing that. So Timesmith, should they win, definitely a credit towards the defense. This ball falls right in front of the goal, and they just can't get it in. Good save by Faumei. But time is running out. Really the last chance.
Going to need a tune-up after that.
Timesmith have won game 8, 2-1 from that game-winning goal from Crony. The next game, game number 9. Game number 9 will be an elimination game for Faumei, and possibly the tiara and trophy for Timesmith. Unless Faumei wins and forces a sudden death game number 10, which would be, for all the marbles and with all the drama that this tournament would unbelievably be crazy to end off like that. But we'll have to get there first, because Timesmith have a great advantage. Stinger is playing for Fauna, Sabretooth for Faumei, Shepherd for Crony, and Caveman for Kayla. This could be the final match in the Hololive World Cup. Timesmith tries to get a quick goal, but they can't get it from that very quick pace ball. Kayla sends it into the corner. She's got the boost and nobody's at home. I wonder, maybe this was the long play all along. But again, she misses and kicks it out. Almost a minute taken away off of the clock already. Right in front of the net for Stinger, but Fauna can't get it. So it goes over to the side. Fauna still can't pass it. Oh, it hits the crossbar for Faumei. Faumei takes it for a walk, driving at a very brisk pace, as if there is no urgency in the world. Both teams. Oh, great pass! What a score! Putting them to sleep. Fauna coming from the goal, swings it all the way to the net. And Faumei lead 1-0 in game 4/9. Ooh, good bounce. It doesn't go in though, off of Crony's attack. Ooh, she gets it past one player of Faumei, Faumei waiting in the goal. It swings back out. There's no one at home. Can Fauna get it in? She can't. Timesmith rotate here. They're here to play defense. But Fauna's not done yet. The ball is passed to Faumei, and Faumei's not there. But it's an effective time waster for Timesmith, who need to score. The ball stays in the middle of the field, where Timesmith can't rally it. Ooh, good attack from Kayla. Right off the bounce. It's got the speed and the rotation. And it's a tie game with 2 minutes left. Ooh, this is good for Timesmith. Very good. Crony with a dagger pushes Faumei out of the way to score, to take the lead. Absolutely gutting the Faumei defense and morale. Does Faumei, who had the lead, have the emotional morale to make a comeback? Even then, it would only be to force overtime, which they could still lose. I think, don't want to say anything too fast, but Timesmith have definitely put themselves in a good position to walk away with the championship. From their own goal, that long shot distance, it scores for Faumei. Like I said, I would like to see a game 10 just for the drama and the stakes of it all. But if that does not happen, we will have found our true deserving champions regardless. As Faumei decided not to get the boost. Faumei gets it, can send it to the goal. She got it now, and she can't get it in. What a missed opportunity. There's nobody in the net, and you have the boost and the ball, and you can't score it. And now Kayla, too strong, too furious. Easy save for Kayla. we might be heading to a Game 4 overtime with a lot at stake. As I've said a lot, but it is definitely, no doubt, true. A lot riding on this overtime possession. It goes for Faumei. And Kayla decides not to hit it wisely. Faumei rotate defensively, coming in with the attack. Fauna with kind of a weak attack. And he goes back to the center of the field. This is all good for Timesmith, who are waiting for their opportunity. That's their opportunity. It's right there. Massive save by Faumei. Faumei with a shot. And it's saved. The AI's a little confused about how to get the ball into the net. Oh, Faumei had a chance to force game 10. Oh, another save. We might not be done yet. Another save by Faumei. Faumei's got the boost, but no, doesn't have the boost. Has the ball. The pass to the middle. And Faumei forces game 10. The next game. The numbers must be 4-4, but also 5-4. It's 5-4 overall. Faumei has made us play a sudden death. So now, this is really happening. Oh. All right. After that stressful game 9, where either Timesmith could get the crown or Faumei would be done, just like Timesmith faced elimination earlier, we are now playing game 10. Both teams have no protection in the sake of being doubly eliminated, and this game is for the championship. Whoever wins this game will be crowned with the tiaras and trophies and all of the bragging rights. Let's meet our CPUs who will be playing for our players. And ready, set, go!
Go!
Fury is Fauna, Viper is Faumei, Stinger is Crony, and Storm is playing for Kayla. Right off the get-go, Timesmith get a good bounce, but miss the ball. And Kayla hits it wide. Nobody can say that I scripted this. You have seen all of the games and all of the highlights. This is really the game. From the finals, from every bracket, I played them all with CPUs. I couldn't have made it up. And off of the Crony pass, Kayla pushes it into the top right of the goal. And Timesmith quite effectively take the lead for like the 4th game in a row, or like 4 times in this series between these two teams, playing a legit RLCS level amount of times. But will Timesmith grind out this W, or will Faumei find the offense that led them to the finals up until this moment? Another save. Good save by Faumei, who stopped it from being 2-0 in a hurry. Faumei comes in, smacks it down into the corner. Can Timesmith defend it? They can. Or Faumei kicks it out themselves. Every second becoming precious for both teams. They said the annals of history are watching the results of this match. I genuinely cannot be mad about either team winning, and I hope you at home have enjoyed the games that have been presented and these highlights that have been shown throughout the tournament. And Faumei muscles it down into the goal, puts it right over Crony, getting vengeance on one of those earlier goals. It's tied 1-1 in this sudden death championship game. Faumei gets the boost, sends it back to the middle of the field. It hits perfectly, and it's so close, dude. So close to scoring. Faumei can't get it in. Faumei barely clips the wall, and it's no goal. A massive save by Faumei to stop that goal from going in. Good. I mean, the defense for Faumei has been incredible since they won. Oh, blow up. That was unbelievable. I'm speechless. Faumei blows her up, pushes it in. Dirty play, some might say. But you do what you gotta do. In the Hololive World Cup, Faumei lead 2-1. All that matters is the W. And holding that trophy at the end of the day, sipping that champagne. 2 minutes for Timesmith. If this goes to overtime, I will not be surprised. It's just the AI playing. I couldn't have asked for better games and a better script, but it really is just RNG that have led these two teams to come to this moment, and for me to watch it unfold before my eyes. Faumei with some amazing ball control throughout this match, just not letting Timesmith play with it. Oh, but she gets juked here. Quick possession by Timesmith. But the defense is incredible. Faumei quickly transitions and stops that goal from going in too. Uh-oh. Faumei goes back to the goal.
60 seconds left on the clock. Absolutely magnificent goal.
And it's like a replay of the earlier goal. Crony. As I said before, Faumei cannot defend against one type of goal, and it's that one. So it's tied with a minute left. Unbelievable stuff that I am paying witness to. Oh my God, it's wide open. Oh, Faumei off of the kickoff get stuck and hit each other, leading to an open goal for Kayla. And Kayla might remember that goal for the rest of her life, unless Faumei can tie it up. The defense held so well. Oh my goodness, it's wide open! It's open! 3-3! Oh, it's not over yet. Faumei have tied it up every clutch moment. It's like game 1, but in game 10. I wish I was joking, but that's true. 30 seconds now.
30 seconds left on the clock.
Good bounce for Timesmith. Off of the wall. The defense was there to stop it. Stinger gets the boost, which is very important, I think, for Faumei's opportunity to go score. Can Faumei score? Likely the last chance. But now they need to play defense with 2 seconds. Okay, we have overtime in game 10. For the championship. The double elimination. Who cares about all that? It's just soccer. 2v2. Time to lock in and crown our champions. Good Fauna with the stop. Over to the goal. Faumei commits to the goal, but it wasn't there. I liked what I saw, but it didn't happen. So Timesmith has a chance. No boost. Strong hit from Kayla. Crony isn't there. The boost starving is effective. Fauna! Faumei puts it in! And Faumei win game 10 4-3. A fast, quick strike.
Goal to meet a tune-up after that.
A fast strike in overtime finisher. That's right, it's finished. Put it in pen. Faumei are the Hololive World Cup champions after the maximum amount of games you can play in the championship games. I can't believe it. Quickly saving that replay. And I have to say, what an incredible couple of hours and months and days. I have spent so much time imagining and planning the bracket, who the teams are going to be, what they're going to design, look like in their colors. I've spent so many years, months of 2025, months of 2026, 2024 in previous iterations, thinking about a sports Hololive collaboration, and this was my gift to you, the fans and the community. And this was a really cool project to work on. I agonized over it, as I said.
I hope you enjoyed watching all of those games. In the end, Faumei was able to win it for Faumei in overtime, and they are the champions of the 2026 Hololive World Cup. Congratulations to them, but it's all just for fun. I wanted to do a version of this tournament where I streamed every game and people could watch these really long VODs. Then I would edit it down and people could watch that, but I wasn't able to do that. Hopefully I've inspired some other people to create their own tournaments. If I learned anything from this, it's that you really can accomplish anything you set your mind to. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye!